I'm so excited, dude. We haven't done this in a minute. Been so patient. I've been like feeling like we were so behind, and now we get to watch episode 2. I like to think that there's no way in hell Beck stays there longer than a day.
I know, but she
might be stubborn enough.
She's got a mission.
She's a grandma on a mission.
That other dude seems like he feels like he did enough. He seems like
satisfied.
I showed up. I came. I prayed in my native language, and
he got his screen time. He's like, I'm not winning. I'm not staying here any longer than I need to be.
All right. So,
recap.
Alone episode 2.
I've seen people, I mean, I don't know, every terrain is different. I have seen a couple people who have like really took it easy and do okay. The winner never has done that though.
Yeah, I don't know if we covered this, but this is only my second season of ever watching Alone, right? Yeah, so you know a little more Alone than I do.
But as far as the habits of a winner, they do not frolic in the moss.
This experience.
Oh, that guy's having a spiritual thing in that one. Oh no!
I am scared.
Mom.
That guy just trapped himself under a net.
That woman just licked the
tree. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Rob.
Like, as much as you can like the rain, it's so true that when stuff is all wet, it just is difficult to enjoy as much. Just everything you touch is wet and cold and soggy.
I'm utterly useless without a space heater.
You're laughing at me because I'm just thinking about tapping.
But I remember a story, but when they made the first American Godzilla movie, CGI just was first coming into the world of, look at how real we can make a monster and stuff. But they used a lot of different techniques to hide it. And so Hank Azaria is the voice of Mo and Apu on the Simpsons, and he's the housekeeper in The Birdcage, the Guatemalan guy.
Yeah, I remember him. He's great.
Right. So he's in that movie, and he tells a story about how, to make the Godzilla look as real as possible, they basically just made the whole movie in the rain. And he just had to shoot everything in freezing cold, coming out of the hose water that they just sprayed all over people. And he said that the whole thing just
miserable,
sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I always really like that. He's one of my favorite people. Like, there's another movie called America's Sweethearts, and it's got Billy Crystal in it, Julia Roberts, Selma Hayek, Stanley Tucci's in it, Seth Green is in it, but Christopher Walken is in it, but Hank Azaria steals the film, and he's in it for just the blink of an eye. But he's got like this really tough guy with a lisp character.
Maybe you want a piece of me.
And he goes around, and in one scene he calls a guy a poofy boy, and it's just so funny because poofy boy is just such a funny. I love that movie.
Huh? Poofy?
And I'm not a Julia Roberts fan.
Yeah, that's true. If you like something about Julia Roberts, that says something. You know it's going to be really dramatic when they show him looking at his family.
Right. Well, we saw this a little bit of it last week, but
this is why it might be a mislead. He might be the one to tap out. Do you know how frustrating this must be, though, for like a producer who's like scouting these people?
I mean, this is exactly what the show is. You still want drama in it, so I think this is a win for a producer even.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But you could at least survive a week. Beck's gonna get mauled by
But this is what we talk about when, I was talking to you about fighters. Sometimes fighters get a family and they just don't fight the same. It just is what you've got new priorities in your life. Your whole world changes. And, that's a young kid. He's got a happy life. I mean, how long do you think you could stay there without me or Suki?
I'm
Even
not
even
gonna
if
be on
you
the
just
show.
had a beautiful cabin to stay in, how long could you stay there without me and Suki?
Not long.
Okay. So that's what happened to him.
Everything's just constantly wet. You wouldn't have lived with any joy here.
You.
I guess that's also interesting, and they can't move out of a certain area. Like, he couldn't go and try to find someplace else.
You can travel a good amount. I believe you can. I think it's just very difficult because you're also carrying like heavy like your
That's
all
fair.
your stuff and your camera equipment.
Yeah. All your stuff is all that stuff too.
So I'm pretty sure if they are limited, it's still a huge space they can still traverse.
It's something I would have liked to have done better at for them.
This guy is just kind of a lot to me though, because like it's not even the fact that he quit. It's also like how he tried to like make it seem like he was really in touch with like the native people. Like I feel like he was building himself up to do something different, and he just left.
Ultimately, the person who can resist what country is telling them the longest.
I feel bad for him, and when you watch these shows, you always have to really judge them as characters. Like, if this was a written character, how would you feel about them? Because you can't look at them as real people because you don't know
anything
them.
about them. Yeah.
So this guy as a character was my least favorite from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. That's true. We gave him shit.
And, that's kind of where it ends up for me.
He didn't get to do anything.
But like I said, I also totally feel the being away for too long thing. That's tough for some people when that becomes real. On top of the fact, like I told you once, I went to England for 10 days and it rained for 7 out of 10 days. And I was going a little bit crazy. I was walking around in Birkenstock sandals in ankle high mud. I was camping. But if
you went to England to camp?
Yeah, I went to a festival with one of my cousins and you had to camp.
That's miserable.
It was a Christian community festival thing, and my cousin really wanted me to be like, yeah, Christ. So I went to go and visit my family in England, and it was this thing, and it rained for 7 out of 10 days, and I just took it. I just took rain for 7 out of 10 days.
Like it's where I'm going to be. Oh, that's
She's doing the right thing though by just like being in the sunshine.
Today I nut out my permanent shelter.
I feel like I would also really fixate on the shelter, but it's technically not the most important thing.
I think that's not true. I think the biggest thing for anything that we've seen on these shows, there are 2 things that they freak out about more than anything else, and that is fire and shelter.
I've seen the one person that I was rewatching that season of,
the one who killed the moose. Yeah,
didn't focus on the shelter, but that's because he has experience. Like he has a lot of experience in that kind of terrain already, so he knew what the minimum was for him to set up and fixate on getting the moose and getting and when he secured that 8 days in, he basically secured like that. Then he could just worry about storing meat.
Focusing on the shelter. I think that in the first couple days, on the first day, the 2 things you need. I mean, water is the third thing also, I guess, because water's water. But water, fire, shelter.
In preparation for this, I've been putting on weight. That fat
is going to be my survival strategy. In a survival situation, fat becomes the most important nutritional component.
It's a good strategy. A lot of people who go on the show you do that.
I mean, I always thought that they gained weight so that their body would have something to eat when they couldn't eat food. But what she's saying is that your body needs the fat specifically, which is cool to think that it is, because fat is your calories and whatever. So the calories, 150,000 extra calorie store is a really neat way of looking at it, which is not how I guess it's the same thing, but just explained differently. That makes it cool.
I like that. No, I like that perspective too. I wasn't really thinking. I was also thinking what you were saying, like when you starve, that's what it's gonna eat. Versus, I have extra calories to burn.
That's going to fall straight down. There.
The way these trees behind her look are kind of like horrifying.
May not look like much now. Give me a few days. That
This
is
is
going
the
to be a
spot.
home.
It looks good. It just looks like
It looks like it gets a lot of sunlight too.
little bit less dense behind her, so that she doesn't have to worry as much about the trees.
I don't remember which show it was, but there was like a difference in just like what like side of the lake this person picked, and they're like, my side like gets no sunshine,
Right.
and that was a make or break.
That's good brute water.
I am not drinking that much water. I know it.
I keep putting my axe down.
Oh wait, liters? Oh my
Having
god.
a hard time seeing it again.
I was thinking gallons.
So
You don't
camouflage
drink
is
that
back
much
up.
in liters either.
So I'm gonna
No,
tie
but like that's
a
way
rail
less,
onto it.
right?
Right.
So
Yeah, I
I
guess
feel a
that's
little bit
fair.
better.
Paracord
Yeah.
to make it easier to see. Improved camp much, and I don't think I will.
Shelter building in Australia is not as important as it is in the Arctic of North America, because you don't need to survive an Arctic winter.
This shelter would be fine for 100 days. And even a fireplace, like, I don't need a fireplace at the moment. I don't need to cook anything. Having a fire is a little bit like...
He's kind of making, I guess, the case. I made it horrible, but that's a little bit more the
Dig a fire pit, get a fire
what
going,
I
so-
think.
Yeah, just in no rush for that. The difference
I
between
think that's the first person I've ever heard say that.
Yeah, I don't think anyone we watched that, because the last season we watched was the opposite. They were in the Arctic. It totally was a different priority shift.
whether you can bring in food.
But I made my
I
case
reckon that's
bad,
the whole game.
so I can't talk. But this is what I was trying to get at. Even though I probably wouldn't take my own advice. Go home. Go home, Beck. We still haven't.
That's a really nice shot. Just
Yeah.
pretty.
That can't be them though. That is like post, like they get people to get
You
shots.
don't think that these people get their own B-roll footage?
Some of them.
Okay.
I don't think Beck did.
No, not. When you said them, I thought you meant like the whole show of Alone. You meant just the people out there. No. I do like the idea of them taking the time to just go, this is really pretty. I thought you guys could use this.
I knew the first couple of days would be tough. So I'll ride through it.
Oh my god.
I want to move my spot. Find somewhere that's a bit more
Any
open.
moment now, Beck.
Let's go for a bit of a walk, eh?
You could really re-edit all her footage and make it just look like a
Let's go and
horror
suss out this
documentary.
little spot that I found yesterday.
Should definitely put some ominous boom, boom.
This is going to be a prick having...
It's just the Blair Witch.
It is. She's real life Blair Witch.
but it's very dense.
The Beck Witch Project.
Beck Witch Project. This is literally what I just... Look at her face! Oh my god! Oh god.
She's just giggling at her paranoia. It just gets worse and worse.
You know, it's funny when you just have a silent laugh, nothing comes out, just breathing, mouth just hanging open like you're a toy.
That's so steep.
Jimmy.
Well, get this fire going a bit better. It's not great. Well, it's day 2.
I feel like he's just wearing a dress shirt. Am I misunderstanding something?
Pretty well. I'm surprised and very happy with that because
I feel like he just got off work and came here in a dress shirt and dress pants.
I'm 22 and I'm a country boy. I have a lot of experience in trapping, a lot of bushcraft. I can build all sorts of things and problem solving and fixing things. I don't have kids or a partner or like a family of my own. I'm kind of wild and free, really. I can go as long as I want. I don't have people that really rely on me.
My issue with what he said is that this is no actual practical experience living off the land.
I just don't feel good. I don't even know what temperature I am. I feel weird. Hot,
Oh no,
cold,
did he drink
hot,
bad water?
cold.
Or it's just the dampness? I mean, he can't sweat maybe. There's too much moisture in the air. Oh no.
He's just not going to know how to manage it. Try doing everything you said, but
Well, that way to the fishing spot.
solely based off of the food that you've earned, off of the shelters you build.
Try not to die.
He
Try
doesn't
to
have
slip
any of
down
that.
the sides
I
and all the
mean,
mud.
he's
Not going to win.
didn't
Oh,
strategize,
just my boots
I
have
guess.
mud all over them now. I don't really get to go into any rainforests. Whoa, slipped me there. Whoa.
And what'd you do?
Oh, man.
That noise, that like little siren.
Just so dizzy. Oh, man. I can feel I'm not thinking straight.
I don't
Just put it right there.
I don't know.
Just try to take it slowly. Getting so exhausted so easily.
If he doesn't win, it's going to be really sad when he does have to tap out.
Buggy bug. Found this poor little
Buggy bug.
cricket.
Wasps.
Right in the water.
There's a few of them around here, so they're going to be on the diet.
I feel like he's the New York City version of an Australian.
Thank you. Not many nibbles.
It might now that the sun's out.
What if I just can't catch fish or can't catch anything? I love everything about this place, every single thing. Except not having food in my tummy.
Aww. I also hate not having food in my tummy.
All right,
Trying to get a fucking modeling job? What are you doing?
we get it. You and that guy have the same eyebrows.
It was raining all night last night. There was even a leak in my tarp when it was coming through.
That sucks.
I set up my tarp wrong on the first night.
That
was
sucks.
my mistake. That was stupid. Sleeping bag cover.
That makes sense. I'd be in a horrible mood.
I'm gonna have to start again.
No.
Really? No, no, get me away from here.
I want to put one of the faces she makes on like the bottom of the toilet lid, so when people lift the toilet lid, they just see her like shocked eyes looking at them.
Make a fire.
If we weren't recording this, I think I'd skip her.
No.
Like if it was just me. No, I'm just saying if I was watching it by myself, not
That's
recording
true.
it.
You would skip her.
Just because like I just know it's not gonna happen, and I just don't want to pity.
At least until you saw her in a better mood, then maybe you would.
Yeah, but like.
But it's true. Watching
I don't
this
think she has
is,
a better mood.
maybe not, but it's true. It's tough to watch because watching someone feel the way that she feels is really annoying.
Stop.
You just did it one time. You literally got one spark.
I need to walk away.
She's rough. I feel so bad for just
Never
her feeling the way she does in her brain right now.
I feel bad. I don't think you can feel bad. Like I
can't do it.
Put yourself in this scenario.
I can't get fire.
How?
But if you don't have fire.
I mean, I don't know how many times she got a spark or ember before that, but from what they showed, it was the one time. Okay, see, yeah, going back to it. Exactly. I don't understand what just happened. I mean, you should be shaving off a little bit more of that into there so you get that, like, explosion, you know?
Yes.
Stop moving it so quickly. Oh, it worked out. Good for you.
God. Don't
I feel like she's
suffocate
being
it. Don't
very
suffocate
frantic,
it.
though.
Don't she just.
I'm very nervous.
She's
She makes me nervous. Oh, good. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you, sad lady.
He's the only one.
You son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch.
She's just gonna yeet that pot out of anger.
I just keep expecting to see like a shadow go by in the background.
Simple things. I don't need to do this to prove to anyone that I'm a strong woman.
Strong grandma.
It's Beck. I want to go home. I'm tapping out.
All right.
That sounded like Ricky Gervais's impression in the car.
I got vomit on me. Yeah.
I should have had that extra kebab.
Have a look at that. I have worn that down so much just trying to get something, trying to get Tinder to light. And so if I was to stay here any longer...
I'm just happy she tapped out. Honestly, like, that was a smart move on her part. That's the best thing I've seen her do this whole time.
I have a good life. I have a happy life.
You went for it. You went for it. You tried. That's all you need.
That's it.
I don't need to be out here to think about that.
That goes there. And then I have another tripod here. Yeah.
That sounds good. That's a good plan. Simple, effective.
I like crows. They're funny buggers. I remember reading about what it means. I think 1 rah is yes, 2 rah is no.
3 means get the fuck out of there.
I once read that a lot of what birds say is, "Hey, I'm a bird, and look over there."
long as I
That seems like
wanna
an
live for
important
out
thing to
here, I
say
could
if you are a
definitely
bird.
And that's what you just hear chirping all the time is.
Are you a bird? I'm a bird. I'm a bird. Look at that. Look at that. I'm a
And
bird.
then there's other ones that have like more advanced languages. And I don't know if that's true. Just something I saw once. I always like the idea of that.
To see if there's any animal tracks that have stepped over mine from yesterday, to see what's come through. I've seen a couple of footprints in the mud.
That's very cool.
Don't want to get my scent everywhere in the area here.
He doesn't
meat
want
eater.
scent.
That's all I do. I eat meats.
We're on a game trail. Just quiet and nothing.
The trouble. Don't want to be starving.
I don't know what's gonna happen. But something better fucking change.
I feel like we didn't see him really set traps or anything. So is he just planning on, like, they don't have bows. He didn't show a fishing lure. So what was his plan? Just like go at it with an axe?
I think he was just scouting right now.
He sounded like he wanted like results that day.
I also, but my rationalization was he was just scouting. Like he wanted to see animals as results, like more signs of animals. I don't know.
Oh, man.
How did he get that?
Yeah.
Did he have it right before he got there? Maybe they'll let him on another season, because that's kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, that does suck.
I think the COVID's irritating your heart and that's causing it to race.
Yeah.
Probably worried enough to say I need to medically take you out the field.
That's crazy though. Like this is like the first few days and 3 people being out is kind of a lot.
I think this might be the most eliminations I've seen in any of these shows in the first 2 days. 3's a lot.
I think I never seen 3 in 1 week. In the first week, it's usually just 1.
3 in 2 days is crazy.
My wife fucking told me, keep your shit organized. Keep your shit organized.
This is gonna be the shortest season ever.
Oh. Yes.
Anger can take you a lot of places.
Thing like that.
I don't think it takes you to Alone, the finals.
That could mean your ticket. Right?
Somewhere between Angry and Frolicking and the Moss.
That's a sweet spot.
That's a sweet spot.
That's what we're having tonight, just a bottle of water. I have not seen a single thing alive.
But a lot of the
Surviving is
animals
gonna
that
be
they
very hard.
described are kind of small. Does he know how to trap small animals like that? Because he seemed like when he talks about hunting, he sounds like he talks about bigger stuff. They held off on the call last episode because a bunch of them were calling out.
What a crazy episode. I think that Mike is a strong player. Chris remains my favorite, but that little scenes from next week has me a little bit concerned. And Gina is just a wild card. Such a wild card. I don't know what to think of Gina at all ever.
Yeah, no, I think she could make it really far, but I don't really know how much drive she has to be like the winner. Like I just don't. It's hard with wild cards to know that. There's that guy that has like no teeth that we haven't seen him yet. He's also like somebody I'm really like don't know like just off of impressions where to put him. And then they showed that girl we haven't met that you said she looked kind of like strong catching an eel. So like the game is small. I wonder if now it's just like who can fish like it.
I'm really curious.
Because even like the game that's out there that's not fishing, how much fat would they even carry? Wouldn't that all just be lean meat? So it's like, what is the easiest way of getting that lean meat? It probably is fishing, right? Like, what big animal can they get? There's no fat.
I don't know. I don't know how big they are. I mean, that little animal we just saw looked chunky to me. So it's
But bunnies can sometimes look chonky, and they're all lean. There's no fat.
no, it's true. I mean that I don't feel like that animal was fluff, but maybe I don't know. We'll see. I mean, they're just gonna have to try. Rain is hard to deal with because a lot of animals also stay in because of the rain, or fish don't surface as much because of the rain. That's why I was saying even when the light came out, the sun came out, maybe they'll come out more because that's what ice fishing is. They make a hole in the ground, and when the light goes through it, it attracts fish to it because they see light.
Oh, cool.
So there's a lot of things about this so far that seems tougher than other stuff because just wet, it's probably easier to start a fire in frozen land than it is in wetland because it's even in the frozen, it's dry at least. It's crazy to think that they're just here in this very, very soggy place. I'm curious. I mean, and that one guy who said, he doesn't need fire. I'm curious to see what his strategy will be as well. There's a lot going on right now on this show, honestly.
All right. Well, that's it. Bye.
Bye.